Hello, everyone, and welcome to Wednesday. Did Metroid Fusion again today, which is going well, very fun. Harder than Super Metroid, which is interesting. Definitely harder, but fun. And as we got close to the end of the stream, I had promised everyone that I would look for the Metroid Fusion manual. And I did not find it, but I did find a few other things that led me to show off some interesting controllers, because I have a manual for one of my controllers, an old Super Nintendo controller that I got when I was young. And I found it and I was like, oh yeah, this controller. And I thought that it might be an interesting vlog subject as well, because there's some interesting controllers out there. When I was a kid, I had a Super Nintendo, and the Super Nintendo controllers that I had like the normal ones, but I also had these things. So this, if I can show it in the light a little bit better. This is, I think they're from Interact, right? The other one I think is labeled. I think these are Interact, but this is the SN. People are setting off fireworks early. That's tomorrow, if you hear an explosion. Anyway, SN Pro Pad, and how this works is that there is switches for all of the buttons, like not just the face buttons, but also the shoulder buttons. You can see there's a switch up there, and you can set it to off or semi or auto, and it basically pushes the button, multiple times for you. It's a really interesting idea. So like tomorrow, it's an interesting idea, and if you play like a shoot 'em up game where your ship will shoot as fast as you can press the button, you can just use a controller like this and hit the switch, and it'll just go as much as you want. Or even if it was just like you don't want to keep tapping the button or something, you can do that. And actually on the back of this controller, this is really neat. I remember this from when I was a kid. On the back of the controller there is another switch, and that is slow-mo mode, and it basically presses start over and over for you, like as quickly as it can. And it doesn't work for every game, but a lot of the games on the Super Nintendo, if you do that, it basically acts as if there's slow motion, which is neat. So that's one of the controllers I had when I was a kid, and then the other controller I had when I was a kid. And I don't know why I was drawn to these when I was younger. I don't know if it's the fact that it had a clear shell, which I always liked, or if it was just weird and I was like, ooh, I want something weird. This other controller, and this has the Interact logo on the back, so this is definitely Interact. This is the SN program pad, and it's a little different. And as you can see, it has a screen there. So what you can do is you can record macros on this Super Nintendo controller. So if you're like playing a fighting game and you don't want to have to input a difficult combo, you can record it, and then you can actually set it to these other buttons that are around the face buttons, and then it will like do the combo for you because it remembers the macros. I think there might be some other features on this too, but it's been a long time since this has been hooked up and I don't quite remember. Yeah, I'm trying to think if I have any other interesting controllers. Oh, actually, I do have one. It's not that it does other functionality, but Haley has always found it very funny. I've got these Dreamcast controllers, and then in Comic Sans, Dreampad. One of these is not like the other. One of these does not belong. Maybe that's it. Maybe that's the only. There's nothing else that I'm thinking of. I have a lot of different controllers. I've probably shown off some of this stuff before. I have the most controllers is probably GameCube. We've wound up with a lot of those. So like there's a bunch of GameCube controllers in here. I also got the microphone. There's some Wavebirds, but I think there's more in Wii. Are they in Wii U or Wii or something? That's Wii stuff. Where's Wii U? Yeah. It's like, because when the Wii U came out and this thing dropped for Smash Wii U, They released more controllers. Yeah. Yeah. I think that's it. Other than the one interesting thing that I haven't actually had a chance to use yet, and I think I shoved it in here. Did I? Yes, I did. This thing. Very excited to use this at some point, because it's ridiculous and I've always wanted one. Found it in Japan, and it was a pretty good price, because the yen was and still is, I guess, weak. So it worked out pretty well. Yeah. Anyway, I wanted to show that off because everyone on stream seemed to really enjoy that. And the other thing that I'm hoping to do also is to hear from all of you if you have any weird controllers, because I'm always like on the lookout for that sort of stuff. Just really strange peripherals, sometimes controllers. There was one that I saw at a swap meet for Super Nintendo, and I can't remember I just remember looking at it and thinking, what is this? I don't know if I don't think it had a full keyboard on it, but I think it had a numpad on it. It was old too. It wasn't something new. It was something from like back in the day. And now I can't remember exactly what it was. Anyway, if you have any like interesting things that either you own or that you've seen, talk about them in the comments, because I'll be looking some of them up. I might have more stuff around here that I don't even realize. That's where all my controllers are. I don't know if I have any other interesting controllers. I definitely have interesting peripherals. That could be an entire separate vlog. I have like a Game Boy Color email adapter. It's a Game Boy Color game, but it has a like a phone cable port in the top, so you can plug it up and check your email on the Game Boy. I was a weird kid. I don't know. That's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. Let's meet back tomorrow, shall we?